If you can't kill a boss, no reason why you can't look like one. Moogle putting the wow in transmogs.
Love the shoulders that you can pick up from the Nighthold Mythic from Elisande, 8% on the drop rate. Very arcane looking, gotta say. So showing a little bit of love to arcane. Maybe it works for frost, doesn't really work for fire. The chest is the Ancient Gore-Stained Wrap, Hellfire Citadel, Killrock Deadeye is the boss, 16% on the drop rate for the robe. Moving on to the belt. Like this belt, I really like all versions of the miasmic sounds good. Skull belt from Siege of Orgrimmar. Keep in mind LFR version. Moving on to the back, Frostguard Drape, Wrath of the Lich King level tailoring. Check your local tailor, check your local auction house for the cape. Moving on to the boots or the feet or the slippers, in this case boots, linen boots, very simple, easy pickup, vanilla level tailoring. Check your local tailor, check your local auction house, super easy pickup, doing a spin. And we're going to show you the gloves next, which are part of the same tier set from the Emerald Nightmare Mythic, Ysande, part of the same tier set as the shoulders. And interesting that it's from a different raid, but that's the way it works. Dark Conjurer's Collar, Sunwell Plateau, Kill Jaden, 18% on the drop rate, so Kill Jaden gets around in a couple of different xpacs there. Moving on to the weapon, the Watcher of Cosmos, Nyalotha Mythic. Radon is the boss. Decent drop rate for the staff. Sticking with the arcane theme, maybe a little bit of frost. I guess definitely not fire here. Blood Mage shoulder pads, cloth armoring merchant. You could buy it in Dalaran, the Wrath of the Lich King version, although you really can't see it behind the tabard. Slave handler. Well, now you can't see the chest behind the tabard, which is what we're talking about. Slave handler Jurgen, the Underbog, various mobs, or the auction house. I think this looks really cool on a lady human. Looks good on a dude human as well. Vile Manipulator's Girdle, Visions of Orgrimmar, Corrupted Chest, 5% on the drop rate for that belt. Pretty easy pickup, I gotta say. The legs, Foxhollow Leggings, Mechagon. As you can see, the boss or the auction house pick up those purple looking legs, which you gotta get. Gotta go with the purple set. Purple works well for mages. And for Shadow Priest, Jangle Spur Jack Boots also for works pretty well for Warlocks too. The Blood Mage gloves here, Dalaran, part of the same tier set as the shoulders. Cloth Armor Merchant, Dalaran, same source there. The back, Dark Leather Cloak, Vanilla level leatherworking. Check your local leatherworker, check your local auction house. The reason I went with that slave handler chest, going back to that, it's pretty simple. All you really can see there are the armbands, but they work really well right around the biceps there. And the tabard, of course, Tabard of the Waveblade, and Cohen Nazjatar, golden rep to pick that up. And the weapon is straight out of Twilight Highlands. It is a quest reward. It's getting cold in here, that's right. We're showing you a frost piece here. I guess the arcane could work, but this is meant for frost. Time Lord's Mantle, Dragon Soul, LFR, Hekara the Stormbinder. Good drop rate on those shoulders. Those shoulders look epic, especially with this robe. Raiment of Divine Clarity, Shadow Lord Iskar, 15% on the drop rate. Hellfire Citadel, regular mode. The belt, I love this belt. I really do. Antiquated Highborn Singe, the Nighthold. This is the mythic version. Scorpiron is the boss. Probably botched up his name. Maybe he's going to have to come and get me. 5% on this drop rate for the belt. Aurora Boots, Uldaman, various mobs. Very easy get on the auction house as well. Kind of a fair drop rate to get those boots that you really can't see on a Lady Draenei, but you can see them on a human. They got a kind of a silvery light blue look to them. Fathom Dredgers are the hands out of Crucible of Storms. 5% on the drop rate. Kind of a grayish look on the hands, grayish light blue. Look at that cape, epic looking cape. Shroud of Redeemed Souls, Sunwell Plateau, Lady Sacrolash, 24% on the drop rate. There are lookalikes, so check Wowhead for that. Naz looks epic on a Nightborn. The head, Crown of Arcane Tempest, Tomb of Sargeras, Mythic Atragon, 6% drop rate on the headpiece that almost touches the clouds. And now the weapon, Frost Scythe of Lord Ahun Midsummer Fire Festival. Ahun is the boss. And all the fire mages are saying, what about fire? Well, I think this is epic for fire. This is not a frost mage xmog. This is not a arcane mage xmog. This is a fire mage xmog. Love those shoulders from Throne of Thunder heroic. Death Speaker's Tunic, Tarokar Forest, the Fallen Exarch, quest reward. I want to point out that that tunic looks different on every single race, on every single gender, just as I just said. Strife Riddled Cinch, Tomb of Sargeras, Maiden of Vigilance, 5% on the drop rate, but it still looks good here on a Draenei. That purple and red, kind of an odd color match, but it works with this set here. The legs, leggings of Ancient Magic, Zulaman, Akelzon. Sounds like some sort of pimple removal cream. Anyway, the feet, Silent Flame sandals, Throne of Thunder, Lightning Guardians, drop at kind of a fair drop rate to get those boots out of Throne of Thunder. Moving on to the hands, so Throne of Thunder heroic, Duramu the Forgotten. What's his name again? 14% drop rate for the hands. So the hands, the shoulders, and I think the boots are, you can get them out of regular, you could also get them out of heroic. This back is gonna go out and get this back. You could farm a spirit beast and kill it and piss off a hunter at the same time, so that's always fun. Blood Woven Mask, Zul Farak, various mobs, or the auction house for the red. Face mask for coronavirus, and the Steps of Time Dragon Soul. I'm thinking arcane here, also frost maybe. Mantle of Ever-Burning Knowledge, the Nighthold Tichondrius, 5% on the drop rate for those shoulders from Legion. So there's a little bit of Legion, a little bit of BFA. Speaking of BFA, Nyalotha, the Waking City, Mythic, Radon, 5% shot to get the robe of the Fallen Keeper. I think that's a really cool looking robe for all three cloth specs, so it's worth getting. The belt, Mana Infused Sash, Nyaloka, the Waking City, Mythic, Mott is the boss. Kind of a fair drop rate to get that belt. Once again, I think that belt and that robe really works for all three clothies, so definitely worth getting as we progress and it gets easier and easier. Certainly be a lot easier in Shadowlands to get BFA stuff. Cold Step Sandals, as you can see, easy purchase. Ember Scale Gloves, Nyalotha once again, the Waking City Mythic. You can always substitute a gray pair of gloves or maybe even another purple kind of pair of gloves. Speaking of purple, Dark Leather Cloak, Vanilla Level Leatherworking. Check your local leatherworker, check your local auction house. Moving on to a Lady Blood Elf who's going to show you the headpiece, Hood of Ever-Burning Knowledge. Basically, the Nighthold Elisande is the boss, kind of a fair drop rate. So the hood and shoulders, part of that tier set from Legion. And the weapon brings us to Uldir LFR, Fetid Devourer, decent drop. I'm thinking this only works for Arcane. Grievous Gladiator, Silk Amos. If you hoard, you got to go Prideful, 3 Marks of Honor to get those shoulders. So the shoulders and the belt are from that Mop PvP set. The chest, Robes of the Moon Lotus. Sounds very druid-like, but no, this is a cloth piece from the Throne of Thunder heroic Swen, looking at about a 13% drop rate. The belt, we talked about this already. Grievous Gladiator's Cord of Cruelty, Mop PvP vendor. Just 1 Mark of Honor to get the belt. So the belt, the shoulders, super easy to get. The Throne of Thunder one chest piece, yeah, sort of easy. Embroidered Light Forged Drape. Love this drape. Definitely go pick up this drape if you don't have it already. Rep in gold from the Army of Light Emissary. Moving on to the feet, Grievous Gladiator's Treads of Cruelty. So chalk up another Grievous piece, basically. So 3 pieces from the Grievous set, or Prideful if you hoard. The wrist, Bombardment Bracer, Siege of a temple that I'm not even going to try to pronounce. Commander Vojak, late relative, insect relative of Kojak, the bald detective from the 70s. The head, as you can see, is out of Hellfire Citadel, 12% on the drop rate for that Shining Star headpiece. And the final piece is the staff, which is the Pillar of the Drowned Cabal. Crucible of Storms, LFR, Zaxazj, the speaker. I said that incredibly wrong, but that's okay. I want to thank everybody for stopping by and, of course, leaving a like. And I'm going to leave you with a final thought. A lot of things being left here. Whatever it is by you, whether it's morning, afternoon, or night, happens to be early morning here, make your day epic.